So Tia Mowry is reflecting on life 1 year after divorcing her ex of 14 years, Corey Hardrick. On Wednesday, Tia shared a candid video on her Instagram recapping the life lessons she's learned since her split. Recovering from a divorce feels like a whirlwind journey. So remember, this is a pattern. A lot of times when it's a social media thing, it's always a journey. Tia says in a voiceover as she sat in bed, I found out through the whole process that divorce isn't a place where we arrive. It's entering a new chapter in life with many nuances and no one-size-fits-all handbook. One moment you're relieved, feeling like you've conquered something significant. Then suddenly emotions hit you all over again. It's a side of divorce that often isn't discussed, especially when the kids are involved. Tia and Corey share 2 children together, their 12-year-old son, Cree, and their 5-year-old daughter, Cairo. So these are the 4. Tia added that she wants to be a role model for her children, showing them what resilience and self-care looks like. She also opened up about trying different things to help soothe and release the emotional buildup living inside of her with activities like exercise, journaling, meditation, and therapy. I'm just being honest, guys. I look at this and I think, does this scream mature adult woman? Sometimes I think that a lot of these divorcees are mentally still teenagers, like 15 tops. While reflecting on everything she's been through, Tia became emotional and began to cry. Someday, I believe I'll be able to look back on this time with nothing but warmth and gratitude for the beautiful children brought into my life and the stronger version of myself that emerged from experience. As women, we take our power back by sharing our stories and bringing any deep shame we hold from the experience to light. I love you guys. The Game star and her ex were married 14 years after tying the knot in 2008. The 2 initially met back in 1999. Tia announced their separation in October 2022, and they officially divorced in April 2023. Tia concluded her video by asking her followers to share their experiences with divorce to collectively help the healing process.
I found that through the process, divorce isn't a place where we arrive. It's entering a new chapter of life with many nuances and no one-size-fits-all handbook. One moment you're relieved, feeling like you've conquered something significant. Then suddenly, waves of emotions hit you all over again. It's a side of divorce that isn't often discussed, especially when there are kids involved.
Do you see how mad this kid is? He's so sick of being on his mom's social media. But see, this is using your kids and your personal life as a prop for attention. And generally what this means is it's a proxy because they don't have people in their real life.
You strive to be a role model, teaching them resilience and self-care. You try different things to soothe and release emotional buildup with exercise, journaling your thoughts, meditation, and seeking therapy to cope with the breakup and the dreams you had for the future. It may sound cliche, but time truly does have a way of soothing pain. Someday, I believe I'll be able to look back on this time with nothing but warmth and gratitude.
Can you imagine being this kid? Your mom just divorced your dad and now she's saying, kids, take this hug for social media. Like you just want to go to your mom and you want to get a hug, right? You want to say, Mom, I just want a hug and I want it to be amazing and I want to feel so good. And then your mom says, yeah, that's fine. But let me just record this for my Instagram. Okay, honey? We can do it. Just hold on. Let me just set the camera here. Okay, kids, come on. Can you imagine what life is like?
For the beautiful children brought into my life and the stronger version of myself that emerged from the experience. For anyone who is going through this, I would love to hear your experience. Share your story because there's power in dialogue. As women, we take our power back by sharing our stories and bringing any deep shame we hold from this experience into the light. I love you guys. Tia.
Now, what is the problem with this? She is a high-earning woman. Rich people have different options and different lives. She is going to survive off of one income if she's been smart with her money, and she will be fine the rest of her life. Many women that make the same decision will not. In her montage, she is doing some trip with an elephant. Do you think that's an option for the average woman's budget in this economy? And the other issue we get is we have a plethora of comments. I love you. I know this journey hasn't been an easy one, but I applaud you for doing the work to heal. My girl has been nonstop growing, working, evolving, and healing. So it's all these women encouraging her. And there wasn't one that said, hey, the grass may not be greener on the other side. Get back with your husband. Not one. Hey, you might be making a mistake. It's all women pushing women to make bad choices. And what I love is so many people say I make things up. They say I'm just like making up some of these things. Yeah. And I go on TikTok and there's a plethora of women just posting their divorce stories. One, I want you to take notice of a couple things. These women come from all different types of backgrounds that I'm going to show you. And I want you to ask the question if this makes it seem like they take marriage as a serious commitment.
Not okay. People seem to think that getting a divorce and having time away from the kids is a luxury, but I feel like it's anything but that. This might just be because I don't always have friends and family nearby to hang out with me, so it can feel really lonely. The first thing I did today was go to the gym for a quick chest and cardio workout. Afterwards, I headed to the pool because the weather was beautiful and I wanted to start my new book. Reading has been the only thing helping me these days, and I was fully prepared to spend the day here until I heard a buzzing behind my seat and found this massive hive of bees. I cannot begin to tell you how fast I booked it out of there. I didn't even make it to page 5 of my book until I made a run for it.
These are moms with kids, right? This is something you would think to see from someone early 20s, teenager, right? Mothers with kids vlogging their divorce.
I was going to try to eat healthy today, but honestly, after that fiasco, I deserve some In-N-Out. Also, look at this bookmark I found of younger me today that will help remind me of the love I deserve. I'm only 6 months into the divorce, but my entire identity has revolved around being a mom for the last 10 years. So adjusting has been hard, but I'm excited for what comes next.
Well, okay.
An unglamorous day in my life is a divorcee moving on to a sailboat. First I got up and then we drove to Bed Bath & Beyond. We had to go to 2 Bed Baths & Beyond because the order that I wanted, they couldn't fill it at one. So we went to the first one, which is an hour away, 3 shopping carts worth. But look at how cute that these green pool towels are going to be. I'm going to embroider them with the boat name, I think in like a peachy color. This was the car after the first stop. After that, we went to Cava and got lunch. And then after we ate lunch, we went to another Bed Bath & Beyond and to Target where we bought cleaning supplies. And then we went to Best Buy, which I forgot to film, but we got an iPad there and then drove back to the boat. This is the car all full. I didn't realize it was a still picture and had to load it up in these carts and take it back to the boat. And that's my boat. And here is all of the mess in the kitchen. And we just kind of unloaded that. It's a work in progress for sure. And then we did some work. I tried to set up the iPad. It's not going well. And then we realized that we forgot to buy salt and pepper and also food. We meant to go, but we didn't. And so we had toast on eggs for dinner. But I actually think that this content will get a lot more interesting. Maybe it won't, and my life's over. Okay, bye.
Healing after choosing to get a divorce can be unpredictable. Most days I'm fine, and I know I made the right decision, but I'm also ignoring that scary voice in my head that's telling me that I'm not going to be able to make it on my own. I have to tell myself every day that everything's going to be fine and it'll work itself out. I got married at 19, and I've been a stay-at-home mom the majority of the last 10 years, so he's all I've ever known. These days, I'm just winging it and living under the law of assumption. I deserve happiness, and everything will work out the way it's supposed to.
We got to stop saying that. We got to stop saying that everything's going to work out statistically. We're in a lot of debt, but I hope it works out. I never wish anything bad on anyone, but I wouldn't bet on it.
Or at least that's what I tell myself. I'm taking everything one day at a time, but thoughts haunt my mind with things like, will my kids hate me one day for leaving? Will I ever be happy? I wish choosing my...
They might hate you one day for leaving. Yeah, a lot of kids do. I wouldn't be surprised.
...self for once in my life didn't make me feel so guilty and so alone.
Okay, well, that's the same girl, I guess. Well, I hope it works out,